Hey guys, I'm here in Bodrum, a Turkish coastal city known for having seaside views with a castle in its backdrop. And I'm here to give you a food and walking tour. Let's go! Hey guys, so I'm here checked in at Agan Pansion, which is actually very near the beach, but it's raining right now, so I don't even know if I can use it. So let's see. Very no frills room with the balcony. So I'm here in Yeni, Bodrum, Ocakbasi. It's a local Turkish restaurant right across from my hotel. It's a very small spot, but I think it's family run and it's hyper local Turkish. Check this out. So I ordered the lamb shish, which is cubes of lamb, and now it's being grilled. And they also make pita from scratch. I think I need to try it as well. You can see the fat dripping into the charcoal, and it's like making more flames. So now he added a tomato to grill. So this is the lamb shish I'm getting, 200 lira. Can't wait to try. So guys, I have my lamb shish here and it looks so good. So it has onions, pickled cabbage, lettuce, pita, and grilled tomato. And also some rice. Let's try. So this is my first lamb shish in Turkey. Because I've been having like Adana kebab and the minced kebab or kofte as well. So this is the first meat base. So juicy, so tender, so flavorful. Let's try the rice. The rice is so flavorful on its own. So I also got me some Turkish coffee, 30 lira. Nice. Guys, that was such a delicious meal. I highly recommend checking it out for some local traditional Turkish food here in Bodrum. And I noticed the rain kind of stopped, so I might check out the beachfront and see what's there. So this is the alleyway nearest my hotel that heads to the beach. Oh, very nice waterfront. So the waterfront here definitely feels more developed than Marmaris. However, the beach side is still kind of not really meant for swimming or lounging around. It's very rocky. There's also a lot of trash. I'm not sure whether it's because it's winter or maybe it gets cleared up during the summer. I don't think this is a place you would want to beach on, but the waterfront dining part is very well developed. So there's that popular castle I keep hearing about for Bodrum. This is a beautiful view. So the street I'm at now is a lot of shops. It's like an open air bazaar. Left and right are shops. There are some restaurants as well, but you can buy clothes, shoes, bags, jewelries. This is a really long pedestrian street of shops everywhere. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen this in the other beach towns. But I like the street. It has some charm. The ground is nice. Some of the architecture is pretty interesting to walk at. There's a row of bars and pubs here. I think it looks like they're open, unlike the one in Marmaris where so many are closed. And I noticed a lot have happy hour, which is cool. So behind me is the Church of Saint Nicholas. So this one Veli says it's the oldest bar in town. Also, if you walk that entire shopping street, you end up at the mosque, but you also end up at the Bodrum Castle. So let me find the entrance. And you also end up here in this beautiful marina. Wow, there's so many boats. Oh wow, way more than in Marmaris. Rows and rows of boats, and I think that's the castle over here. Hopefully the entrance is around. So behind me is the Museum of Underwater Archaeology. So it looks like it's also the entrance to the castle, so I'm not sure whether like are they the same or not. But I saw that it's like 500 lira, so I might wait maybe tomorrow. I don't want it today when it's kind of like rainy and I'm pretty tired from the drive, so we'll find out. There's so many random alleyways here, it would be very easy to get lost without Google Maps. I'm just enjoying wandering around right now, but I also know that I have my offline maps because I do know the main path I take, but I just decided to deviate and see what else is around on my way back to the hotel. Hey guys, so I'm back out now. It's nighttime and I'm going to the beach area. And I'm currently wandering the streets on the beach waterfront area, trying to look for a dinner. And since like the setup is pretty nice, might be fun to like dine by the water. Hey guys, so I've made my selection. I'm picking Dinc restaurant and cafe and it's by the water. However, I sat on the garden side because there's no light because it was raining so hard. They don't have electricity on the beach side and I need the light for pictures. They have one of the better menu pricing, so I'm getting the grilled sea bass and it's like 260 lira, whereas like other places I saw were like 300 and above. And they are one or either one of the highest or the highest in TripAdvisor, so can't wait to try. So that's the beach side over there. It would be nice if there's some electricity.
Hello from YouTube, from Turkey to Philippines, with my all the best wishes for everyone.
So they have all day happy hour for 80 lira for different bottles of Turkish beer. So I'm trying Bomonti, which I haven't tried yet because I've only been drinking FS. Trying Bomonti. Cheers. It's nice. So it's pretty smooth. You get some malt. There is some hint of citrus as well. Yeah, it's very refreshing actually. Very nice. So this is the grilled sea bass plate. They also give a basket of bread. So guys, the fish is really good. Very tasty, perfectly cooked, very juicy and meaty. And just the entire fish right through. I like that they also gave a choice between like a whole fish versus like filleted fish. Because normally fillet fish, I feel like if you order that, you get less of the fish than if you get the whole fish. So I couldn't resist. I was still kind of hungry, so I ended up ordering fried calamari. It looks so good. And I'm happy to see they put tentacles. However, I do notice that the portion that they gave is different from what I saw in their pictures. So let's try. Always go with the tentacles first. So good. You can really taste like the strong squid taste. And I like the batter is light breading so it doesn't take over the squid. The sauce is pretty nice too. It's not a typical like tartar sauce. There is some like cream cheese, dill. Celery, I think. It's nice and light. So let's see, like I did bring up the fact that I asked like how come in the picture in the menu it looks way bigger. So they mentioned that they would bring some more calamari out. They always have a cat bait for dinner. Guys, so they did bring out another plate for me. Thank you so much. It's really an amazing calamari. Probably one of the best I had in Turkey. So be sure to try it when you're in Bodrum. It is so good. So that's very nice. They also offered complimentary tea on the house and they gave more options than what I've seen so far. So aside from the usual Turkish tea and apple tea, they also had like orange tea and mint and lemon tea. So this one here is the mint and lemon tea. Very interesting to see that color, that shade of green. Wow, this is really good. Like the mint is very strong. It's a little sweet, but not too sweet. And then you get the hint of lemon. So there's like citrus, sweetness, mint. I actually really love this. Great way to end the night. That was such a delicious meal. I highly recommend checking out Dinc if you're looking for restaurants on the beach area. Very, very good, and their prices are very reasonable. So today is nice and sunny. What a big change in terms of like the beachfront area. More restaurants have set up the beach part of the restaurant. Very beautiful. So guys, I am back at this cafe that I passed by yesterday. I saw there were a lot of locals. It's by the water. The prices are really good. And upon checking on Google, it turns out it's owned by the Bodrum municipality. That's why the prices are so good. That's where the locals hang, and that's why I'm gonna hang there. So for example, you can see Turkish coffee is like 37 lira, brewed Turkish tea is 10, and considering you get this view, it's a really good price. Guys, I highly recommend checking out Mekel Cafe when you're here. Just look at this. So beautiful. You're having your coffee by the beach and having whatever dish you order. Very beautiful. And it's a nice sitting area too. What a perfect day. I ended up getting is the mixed toast with chips and a large Turkish coffee. Total ended up being 175 lira. The Turkish coffee comes with water on the side as well and one Turkish delight. Guys, it is so cool to dine here, so I got myself the mixed toast. It has cheese, tomato, and I think Turkish sausage. So one thing that's interesting about this place is it's a self-serve cafe. So basically you order and get your food in the main cafe area. The good thing is everything's made fresh. It's not like a canteen where the food is already there and you're just grabbing stuff. So they make it to order. Like they made the coffee from scratch. I just give them my payment slip that I paid. And for the food, they make it fresh as well. And then there's TVs outside and inside that will flash your number once it's ready for you to get. And then you can sit anywhere you want on the tables. One thing I noticed as well is you don't need to be a customer to sit at the table. So I saw locals just like hanging out at the tables, not needing to buy anything. There's even someone who's here just to use the beach. So he put his stuff on the table and then used the water. That's pretty cool. And I guess because it's like municipality run, so that's fine. I'm not sure whether like an actual private business would allow that, but it's really awesome that there are government cafes that do that here. Hey guys, so now after breakfast, I'm continuing my walk and just past the Bodrum Castle, and I'm continuing to walk along the Marina here, heading towards the mausoleum and hopefully to eventually reach the windmills. Hey guys, so I have made it at the mausoleum of Halicarnassus, and the entrance fee is 70 lira, so I think I'm gonna check it out. So it's like one ancient site here. Up ahead it said mausoleum, tomb, chamber. There's also some exhibition halls around here. So this is what the mausoleum used to look like. So they made a replica here. So the mausoleum is actually one of the unique ancient wonders of the world. So much history here. So I am standing here where it says it's the tomb chamber, and then you see that narrow path there. Apparently that's the drainage system as well. Here says Peribolos Wall. Not exactly sure what that means. So I saw from the museum that there's a theater nearby, so I'm gonna check that out as well. So you'll need to climb this like elevated street to get to the theater. So I have made it to the ancient theater, and good news is it's free. So the ancient Bodrum Theater has all the features of classic period theaters. Guys, I'm so glad I got the theater all to myself and I was able to fly my drone. So now I'm going back to the seaside area to check out the Bodrum windmills. Guys, I spy the windmills up ahead over there. Guys, the views walking up is so cool. And then I see some horses. Guys, I can't believe it. So I have walked from this point and then I walked to the Bodrum Castle all the way to where I am now. And you can see how far they are. Wow, I hiked so much today. So I finally made it to the top of Bodrum Windmills. It is one of the best things to do in Bodrum with beautiful 360 panoramic views. You'll see Bodrum on one side and Gumbet on the other. Guys, that was amazing and I'm glad like there's not a lot of people. I was able to like keep trying and playing around with the drone. So awesome. So I'm here at a local cafe in the Bodrum city center called Ozkan Ozlem, having Turkish coffee. At this cafe, which is like the Gumbet version of what I had at Mekel Cafe in Bodrum. So it's nice that municipalities actually have like these kinds of cafe. So like got some bottles here, and then enjoying the views. Hopefully catch the sunset here too. Guys, I got so lucky with the weather today. The sunset is amazing. Check this out. So we're checking out Bayram Balik for dinner. Having a seafood dinner. So excited. Here's the calamari. Looks so good. Trying some grilled octopus. Guys, that octopus is so good. It might be the best octopus I've had this year so far. So good, like perfectly cooked, perfectly tender, has a very strong octopus flavor that I love. And all they did was like add like olive oil and some like herbs and spices to like heighten up the taste, and that's really all you need. So this is the butter garlic shrimp. It looks so good. Pro tip, get some bread and then soak up all that delicious juices. Hey guys, so I'm back in my hotel and what a day it has been. So let me tell you what happened. So in between the windmills to now, I was with the Turkish guy who I met at the windmills and I wasn't taking much content in those stops like you noticed because I wasn't sure what was going on. Like I wasn't sure whether like am I being scammed? Am I being led on? I don't know what's gonna happen, but I trusted my gut and I'm glad I did because he was such a nice guy. So I met him on the way up to the windmills while I was like climbing up the hill and he was driving and he was like, "Are you going to the windmills? Because you can get a ride with me so that you don't need to climb." And since I don't really know him, he's a stranger, I declined saying like, "That's fine, like I don't mind like climbing up." So I climbed all the way up and that's why I had all that content of going up. And then when I reached the top, he was there as well, and he was like, "Nice seeing you again." And then he started talking about like the panorama and the windmills, and that was that. And then I started doing my own thing, like creating content, flying the drone and stuff like that. After I was done all of that, we started chatting again, and I learned that it was his day off, so he's just out and about enjoying the city. It's something that he does normally on his day off, and we got along pretty well. So when we were departing, he asked like, "Do you want to grab some coffee?" And I asked like, "Where?" And then he mentioned somewhere in Gumlet, which is the adjacent city from Bodrum. And since it's like another city and I'm not sure what's gonna happen, and I also don't know how I'm gonna go back to Bodrum, I was like, I'm good, thank you. So I started hiking my way down from the windmills. And then while I was hiking down, he was driving down and stopped beside me and he was like, "Can I give you a ride down?" And I mean, I just trusted my gut at that point. Like, I thought, well, this guy didn't need to keep asking me if I wanted a ride with him all this time. And I also felt kind of bad and guilty for keeping on declining and like not trusting him. So I said, yes, sure, since it's just like a quick ride down. And then during that ride down, we got to talking more and then we ended up like doing cafe. But I did mention to him that since I'm staying in Bodrum, I don't want to go to Gumlet. So we ended up going to this cafe in Bodrum, which he picked. And it ended up being nice and we chatted more. And then while we were there, he was like, "So how long are you in Bodrum? What do you plan to do?" I was like, "I'm just here for this day because I'm leaving tomorrow." And one thing I want to do next is like enjoy the sunset with some like alcohol, like beer or like wine or cocktails. So he was like, if you're down, like there's a cafe in Panorama with like cheap beer and stuff like that, and you get beautiful sunset. So since we've gotten along pretty well already, so I said yes. So we ended up at that Gumlet Cafe, which was so beautiful. So we stayed a while there until sunset, and then when it was close to dinner time, like he asked like, "So what are your plans now?" I was like, so for my last night, like I just want to have like some delicious seafood and then I'm ready to head back to the hotel to like prepare for tomorrow because I depart." And then he was like, "What seafood are you looking for?" And I was like, "I've been doing fish most of this trip." So I said, "I want to do like other seafood like calamari, octopus, shrimp." And he was like, "Oh, I know the place." So we ended up going at that seafood restaurant and it was so good. And again, like I'm so glad I trusted my gut. And these spots, at least you know, they are like local approved spots. It's a local who brought me there. And surprisingly, that seafood restaurant is 4.9 stars in Google Maps. So be sure to check it out because it was so good. It's not by the beach though, so you won't get the views, but for seafood, it's amazing. So yeah, he took me to all those places. He was the one who picked those out. I was just following along. But I did tell him like, for the seafood place, I was like, "Bring me somewhere you would recommend." And he brought me there. And then after that, like, we called it a night and he dropped me back at my hotel. What a night. And he was so nice. I was so glad I trusted my gut on this one. I hope you enjoyed this partial walking tour plus food tour of Bodrum and a little Gumlet. If you enjoy more content like this, I'll be going to my next destination tomorrow. It's around 2.5 hour drive. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe and watch this next video right here.